Listen up, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk a little VR history. Once upon a time, there was this VR music rhythm game that was the standard bearer for the genre. That game was Audioshield, and every VR music rhythm game that came after it, before the time of Beat Saber, was called an Audioshield clone. Yes, when Audioshield was the king of the mountain, every single VR music rhythm game that would come out would be called an Audioshield clone. Now every VR music rhythm game that comes out gets called a Beat Saber clone, and Audioshield seems to be a forgotten relic of a previous generation of VR games. Hi, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're going to take a look at Audioshield VR. It normally retails for 19 bucks. The lowest price for this game has been $8. I bought this back in 2017 for 10 bucks. It's available for all the major headsets. So the question is, in 2020, is Audioshield still worth getting? Well, the answer isn't very simple. So I went back and I played Audioshield, and it definitely is a different game than it used to be. The biggest, most noticeable difference is the lack of YouTube integration now. So when this game first came out, it had YouTube integration, and a lot of people loved that functionality. I like that functionality. It's gone now. The developer didn't explain why the YouTube integration was taken out, but I do know that several developers have had this problem with YouTube, so it's not something that's totally unique to Audioshield. So if you're looking for a music rhythm game that has YouTube integration, then this game no longer satisfies that requirement, and I would not recommend this game for you. Unfortunately, because YouTube integration was taken out, this game never really developed a really good original soundtrack to go with the game. So a big difference between this and Beat Saber is not only that Beat Saber has better core gameplay, but it also has a much better game soundtrack. So this does have some songs included. They're just not very good, and they're not very memorable. So you're gonna have to bring your own music to this dance. So yeah, this is pretty much BYOM, bring your own music. And I do have some MP3s that I do have on my PC, and it works fine. Unfortunately, the computer algorithm that's used here is not the best. So some people have claimed that Audioshield had great computerized beat generation for music. I never thought so. I always thought it was okay at best, functional, just not great. And that is one of the reasons why I never played Audioshield all that much. I always felt the computer generated beat maps were just okay, but nothing great, nothing that compelled me to keep playing. And in my opinion, the absolute best cream of the crop VR music rhythm games all have beat maps that are handcrafted by musically talented people who know how to create beat maps that are fun and entertaining and go with the beat. The computer algorithm just isn't good enough currently, at least I haven't seen an example of one, to top people who know what they're doing and know how to make a good beat map to the music. So handcrafted still wins out over computer generated AI beat maps. There's a few different modes with Audioshield. There's a fitness mode, there's a classic mode, there's a couple of different modes. You can use different shields. Really the biggest difference is just between the fitness mode, where you're having to squat pretty often and get a good workout from that, and just a regular mode where you're basically matching the colored orb with your shield, and all you really have to do is touch the orb. However, if you want to climb the leaderboards, you kind of have to make big actions, so you're kind of doing like a punching motion in order to get the highest score possible. I do have to say though that a lot of the challenge for me personally is not the actual gameplay itself, but actually the angle of the orbs and where they're coming from. So it could be difficult to see some of the orbs, and some of them just come from outside your field of view. I'm on the Oculus Rift, so I know there's VR headsets that have a larger field of view, but I do know that the orbs usually came up from pretty high and from the sides pretty wide apart, and they were just outside my view some of the time. So for that reason, it was just a little difficult sometimes to get some of the orbs, and some of them were just hidden behind other colored orbs. And so for me, that was the major difficulty. The leaderboards were a big thing back in the heyday of this game. I think that's the reason a lot of people really liked this game, because there were a lot of people playing it. And climbing up the leaderboards was quite challenging with the number of players playing this game. I don't think that's true anymore, and I think with time we've seen much better VR music rhythm games. And Audioshield now in 2020 just kind of doesn't stack up with modern VR music rhythm games. That doesn't mean that Audioshield is without merit. It's still a good workout, and if you like this type of gameplay, it could still be a lot of fun. You know, if you just want a nice workout where you get a nice sweat, this might be the game for you. And it could be easy or difficult just depending on the options that you choose. So if I have to rate it, I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. Buy on deep sale only. I'm Fast Lawyer. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.